Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. This episode is called Finding Clarity When You Wish You Had a Crystal Ball. Because raise your hand. Tell me there hasn't been a time, when you have so wished you had a crystal ball to figure out whatever the little problem was in your life or the big problem was in your life, to find your path, to get clarity. And if you had that clarity, then you would feel peaceful. You could take action. You could move your life forward, right? We've all been there. I have been there, right? And of course, clarity is an ongoing thing, right? Because life is always shifting and changing. Our path is always moving and expanding as we grow and evolve. So yes, we are ever on this journey of stepping more and more into clarity and tuning into that clarity. But sometimes we wish, right? You so wish, boom, you just had the answers. You just knew, right? Well, here's what we're going to dive into this episode is, getting you that clarity. Because you know what? You already have the crystal ball. You already have the crystal ball. Your soul is your Christmas. Wow. Christmas. Wouldn't that be fun? Maybe it comes for Christmas. I don't know. Like the Magic 8 Ball. You ever get one of those for Christmas? They still make those? But your soul is your crystal ball. All the answers are already there for you. But you know what? What do you do, right? What do you do? What do most people do? You go out into the world, you search Google, you ask for help, you look for the gurus, you look for the advice, you read the news, get into the media, you go to, WebMD, you go wherever to find those answers, thinking, the solution is out there in the big wide world around me. The solution is out there. It's outside of me. Someone out there knows and has the answer. And I bring this up because, right now, at the moment I'm recording this, the world is becoming increasingly chaotic, right? I live in the US, right? A lot of very, for lack of a better word, interesting things going on in the US right now. Very, very dark, sinister energy in a number of ways, and a lot of fear is popping up with people in the US and then around the world. There's a lot of unsettled, changing, chaotic energy going on right now. And a lot of people are getting into their fear. They're getting into their fear about what's going to happen. What's the president of the United States going to do with all of his henchmen? I'm just going to say it. All of his little henchmen. And all of their plans, whatever they are. What are their plans? What are they going to do next? Will the court step in? What's the rest of the world going to do? What's the economy going to do? What's the stock market going to do? It went down. Is it going to go back up? And when? What do I do with my money? What about, if you're feeling threatened because you're part of the LGBTQ community? What about if your family is on the opposite side of the fence from you politically? What about, now a lot of people outside of the U.S. are like hating on the U.S. and hating on you because you are an American, on all of those other things. Like, what do you do with that? Now and then, if you're outside the U.S., it's like, U.S. was a friend, is still a friend, not a friend. What's going to happen? Like, what's the dynamic? How is this going to impact me and my economics? And I had travel plans. I was going to go visit Disney World, but now I don't know about that. Like, on and on and on it goes. But this is just one example, right? You're looking for clarity. How to navigate to keep you and your family safe and well and happy, to grow and evolve and expand your life, to have peace, right? But that's just on so many people's minds right now. But of course, it's so much more than that, isn't it? It's clarity on your health, clarity on career, clarity on should I move or not move, buy that house, clarity on, should I start a family now or not, clarity on, heck, what should I make for dinner? Because to tell you, sometimes as a busy parent, busy mom, like I just want clarity on that. Clarity on where to send your kids to school, clarity on all of these questions throughout your day, big and little, life-changing or mundane, right? You're feeling that, right? You're feeling that, and just in the day-to-day, and not just, right now, because the energy is really shifting on the planet and things are changing so rapidly, right? And you can feel that energy. You can feel the fear energy right now. But what do? Right? If you're looking outside yourself for those answers, guess what? They don't know. Nobody knows the answer to your life, your unique situation, your unique path, your unique journey. Should you invest in that stock or not? Maybe. They don't know. How could they know, right? And if they do know, and I mean know at a soul level, universe told them knowing, well, that knowing is for them specifically. It doesn't mean it's for you. Because everything is energy. And our wisdom for us from our soul is our unique wisdom for us from our soul. That doesn't mean it necessarily applies to everybody and everything in every situation. So what may be fabulous for one person doesn't necessarily mean it's fabulous for you. Nobody else knows. The Encyclopedia Britannica doesn't know, right? The president of whatever country doesn't know. U.S., politicians, experts, scientists, teachers, professors, educators, gurus. Nobody knows the answers to your specific situation and path and dharma and karma. Not even the most, and I use this word with air quotes, advanced spiritual teachers, they don't know as well. And I'll just capture that, and there is no one more advanced than anyone else. Just to reframe that, and I'm actually going to talk about that a little more in another episode. We are all actually right here doing the same thing, learning our lessons. There is no better or worse, farther or lesser. There's none of that. And anytime you get into that, you're into an illusion. But I digress. And circling back around, nobody has those answers. Like I said, even my mentor, who's a shaman's apprentice, and then my shaman, who I work with energetically in dream time, yes, they can see, but yet at the same time, is that seeing also as clear as what my soul will share with me and can share with me and will share with me? No. Because our ability to know depends on our personal power. And the ability of us to have our personal power depends on our frequency. And our frequency then is the path to our wisdom and our personal power and tuning into the wisdom of our soul, which is our unique roadmap for our life. Complete unique roadmap for your life. Nobody else has that. Nobody else has that much personal power to see then into your life for your unique roadmap or the answer. So it sure is not Google. Google does not have that personal power. It's you. So when you're looking for clarity, when you're looking for, gosh, I wish I could look in that crystal ball and see my path and see the answers, or I'm gonna ask my question and shake the magic 8-ball, and what does it say? Go take a bath. What? Right? Do they even still have those? I don't know. And I don't think it ever said go take a bath. I don't know what they even said. Like, a friend had one, but I never had one personally, so I didn't play with it that much. But you have the answers inside you, courtesy of your beautiful soul and the universe. And so then you can find those answers when you do what? When you tune into the wisdom of your soul. And how do you do that then? That's the question. If your soul is your own crystal ball, well then how do you harmonize with your soul in such a way that then you become aware and hear and see that clarity that your soul is actually always telling you? You are always being given the answers you need. That information, the infinite information of the universe, is always available to you. It's just a question of, are you on the frequency to receive that information and be aware of it, and then ask the question that opens you up to receive a particular piece, to become aware. You already have it, but to become aware of a particular piece of information. And where this hits the road, the rubber meets the road, is with two things. The most important thing you can do to get clarity and to help yourself find answers, hear and become aware of answers and your path and guidance for you, your unique wisdom, not just so you can manage and get through when times are chaotic like now, but on every day. It's two parts. One, raise your frequency. Two, manage your emotions, right? Step into love, the frequency of love. Raise yourself in the frequency of unconditional love. Be love, choose love, radiate love. Go about your life as love, the highest frequency there is in the universe, and then keep managing your emotions every day so that you remain in tune with that higher, elevated, unconditional love frequency. It's not a once and done. It's not a once and done. And what does this do for you? What does this do for you? Well, just checking on my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Then this is really in two parts, right? Also, love frequency, manage your emotions, path to clarity. Why does this work? How does this work? Because one, like creates like. Your frequency creates more of that frequency in your 3D experience. So if you are on the love frequency, well, then you are creating more things in your 3D experience on that love frequency. So great. You're creating more magic in your life just by being on that higher unconditional love frequency. Happier relationships, better health, more money. Whatever it is you are desiring and dreaming of, those up levels and expansions you're looking for, like creates like. And your frequency creates that. So even just through that alone, great. Even if you don't have clarity yet on what your answers are and your path is and the wisdom of your soul coming through and you hearing it, great. Just by being on the higher frequency, you start to create more of those higher frequency wonderful things in your life. Win. Even just there, that's a huge win, right? It's more of what you want in your life. But that's not where it stops, because what is really then this expanding into is, the language of your soul is love. Love is the open phone line where then you hear the wisdom of your soul, the wisdom of the universe, and your unique guidance coming into your ear, into your heart, into your consciousness and awareness and knowing then. But you becoming aware of that wisdom that is always available to you doesn't happen when you're in fear. It doesn't happen when you're in chaos. It doesn't happen in anxiety and worry and doubt and shame and stress and sadness and anger and hate and guilt and doubt and hope. All of those are low frequency, negative frequency, rooted in fear frequency things. And that is not connected to your personal power and your awareness from your soul. Your soul does not come through to you on those channels. So love is where you tune yourself to, and then you remember those switchboards, right? Tune yourself to love, and the operator's then plugging in the little wire, right? The little cord into the right outlet to tune your awareness to your soul. But if you're not on that love frequency, well, you know what? The plug-in isn't going to fit into the switchboard, and so you don't get the awareness of what is already there for you to know about. There then comes the clarity. And this happens with practice and repetition. And the more you practice tuning to your soul, the more you continue to be in the loving frequency and set your intention to hear your soul from that place, the more you start to hear and become aware, the more you get that regularly and can even start to have snap your fingers, boom, instant clarity. But it's practice, right? This is a muscle. How long have you been not in the love frequency? How much of your day are you just not in the love frequency anyway? And how much do you ignore your intuition, the awareness from your soul? How much are you in the habit of going to the outside world and counting on that to guide you and be the answer and be your path, right? You've habituated that. You're not used to then going within and saying, yep, it's me that is the oracle for my life. I am my own oracle. I am my own wise woman. I am my own truth. I am my own knowing. I am my own answers. Because if you are always seeking clarity, what is the energy of seeking? Well, you're always going to be seeking. That's just how our energy and our subconscious mind works. If you're always looking and you're always trying to find, well, you're always going to be looking and you're always going to try to find. But when you raise your frequency and you choose to say, yeah, I am counting on my soul, all the answers are already there, and I'm opening myself up to hear them crystal clear, as if I'm looking in the clearest crystal ball, well, you're not seeking anymore. You are in trust and knowing. Trust and knowing in yourself, in your soul, that everything is already there for you and found within. So, yeah, this is why the more people get into their fear, and you've probably felt this, I'm sure, like we all have. I have too, and I see this in my own life, of course. Like I'm learning and growing in this just as you are, of course. But the more we get into our fear, the more we get into our fear. You probably noticed that. You start out with one thought about, well, I wonder if my stock's going to tank this month. Okay, and then what does that mean? Well, now I'm going to have less money. And what does that mean? Oh, I've had less money. Well, I don't know. What's that going to do for my retirement? I don't know. And I was saving up for this one thing, and can I do that anymore? And that's not going to work. And oh man. You start to go into that fear spiral. And the fear starts to grow. And now other things start to piggyback on that because you're low frequency. Before you know it, you're not just worried about your stock. Now you're over here like, oh my gosh, that person said that thing to me the other day on social media. And now I'm feeling insecure about that. And oh my gosh, now is my refrigerator making a funny sound over there? Now, oh man, when's that going to go out? I don't want to deal with that. I don't have time for that. Oh my gosh, is that client going to send me that email that just like, oh, there's such a problem client. What am I going to do? On and on and on into negative frequency. Negative frequency creates more negative frequency. You start fearing and worrying and thinking and ruminating about one thing, and before you know it, you've got a whole host of other stuff piled on. And what's that doing? You sure are not on the love frequency that then is going to get the awareness into your consciousness and hear that wisdom of your soul that says, hey, you, I got this for you. I've got it. Let go of that fear. I got it. Here's the answer. See, look here, right here. You can't hear it. You're in that spiral. And this is where most people go. And then they get caught up in this web of fear. And it's much harder for them to get out of it. And they wonder why then they don't have clarity. So, the less you fear, the more you shift out of your fear, the more you raise up into love, the more you then manage your emotions when you notice, oh, I'm starting to get a little anxious, worried, fearful. I'm going to shift out of that into higher frequency. I'm going to shift up into love and gratitude and compassion and peace and kindness and caring. Break that cycle. The more you create high frequency outcomes in your life, the more you hear the wisdom of your soul, that clarity that you're wanting. And it's already there for you. I keep repeating that, but that's so important. This is already there for you. Every answer across eternity, every piece of information across eternity is right there for you now. Available, accessible. It's a matter of you choosing the high frequency and repeating that to then open yourself up to become aware of it. Right? So, yeah, takeaway. Quit being so dependent and relying so much on the world to tell you what to do and how to do it and when to do it and what the answer is and how it's going to solve the problems in your life and how it's going to make your life easier, your path more peaceful or happier or richer. The world is a wonderful and beautiful place. I choose that perception. And so I trust that if there is something out there in the world for me to be aware of that supports my high frequency, that supports my growth, that supports my service to the world, I trust that that will come into my life and my perception. I trust that. And I trust that it comes too because then look where my frequency is at. It's in love. And so then the world is going to the universe is going to show me more love in my world, more loving frequency in my world. And with that then, I'm tuning to hear my soul. I'm on that same phone line. I'm on that radio wavelength. I'm on that television frequency to see, hear, feel, start to know that wisdom from my soul that will help me navigate the good, the bad, the ugly, the rough, the smooth, the up, the down, the mundane, the oh my gosh, every day in and out of life to create that better life, which is what you're looking for. So your takeaway, the most important thing you can do to experience more clarity in your life and more peace, right? Manage your emotions and raise your frequency to unconditional love and repeat and repeat and repeat. Intend to hear the wisdom of your soul. Intend to be aware of that unique wisdom and your path and answers and guidance and truth for you. And give it way more power and way more credence and way more authority than what is out there in the world. You as first source instead of world as first source. Okay. Big hugs to you. Much love to you. Wishing you tremendous peace and your best and highest good as we all navigate these tumultuous times. But in these chaotic times, even more than ever, love is always the answer. Love yourself, love others, love the world, love every day, all day, as much as you can. Choose that love. And I will see you in the next episode.